Good morning. Happy Saturday. Today is the 6th of November, and we are in the local vigilance area today. We're going to hike a stretch of trail that we didn't get to finish up, so I guess this is kind of a follow-up exercise to about 2 weeks ago when it was windy and kind of hazardous in here. It's a lot better today, so we're going to do a follow-up hike and follow this through, try to get into a couple of wetlands that are a little bit southeast of here, and see what we find there, and that's the plan for the day. Directly overhead, ruining the acoustics, but I don't have control over that, so we'll ignore that as best we can. Hopefully there's a way in to have a look at this wetlands, not all surrounded by deadfall and the like, but we'll see. Or underbrush, I guess is the right word. So, let's see here. We're going to hop the stone fence and try in through here. Less log jumping that way. This is seemingly more manageable. I am encountering resistance. There we go, sort of. This is downright treacherous. Okay, so we should be able to maneuver through this crap. God damn it. The undergrowth in here sucks. But let's get that. Can you be any more resisting of me getting in here? What is the big secret? Sort of better. kind of sucked. So this is kind of semi-wetland looking. Kind of see what crossing through here would entail. I'm seeing moisture, a lot of it. I think we're going to do an aerial recon of this. So this is what I'm walking on, basically. Mud, basically. The camera is not playing nice. To make our way over to that place over there. There's a big pond over there I want to check out if possible. And it's going to really depend on how much of this area around here is like not stumbling on rocks and mud and crap like that, because that's going to be a miserable walk. And it's looking like that's exactly what it is, which is why we sent the drone over at first. Plan B is going to be to fall back and punt. What we're going to do is grab the trail which kind of heads that way, and maybe we can get in there from there with an easier approach, or on the way back out there's maybe a way to get into that too. So that's going to be our plan. It's going to be fun enough just getting back out of here. Trouble being it's all rocky and a lot of these rocks are loose, so a little bit of a balancing act. And then I gotta kind of scramble over this and through this laurel bush here. I have to kind of scramble through this, I guess, or go up and around this maybe. Maybe this is the way to the pond. We'll do that. If I can get through this little barrier here. Because once you're into the pines, you're probably fine. There you go, this is better. See if we can maneuver over this way. We got a good flyover if we don't find easier pickings to get over there. Well, let's see. Yeah, and we're going to hold off on the pond because we just had a whole hail of hunters' gunfire come from over there. I don't want to disturb or risk becoming a target, so we're going to give the deer hunters some space. Didn't even know they were there. There's no vehicles. So move deeper into the woods. So, next week we plan to get back into the Vermont area. Today is an attempt to go deeper into this area, as we kind of had to turn around the last time due to the high winds and widowmaker potential. I was going to go up the other trail system that's behind us here too, but I'm wondering if that's where the hunters are, because you have to bushwhack into that pond, and I don't know that I want to risk a unexpected hail of fire in my direction. I mean, I'm on trail, but I also forgot my orange, so. We're gonna have to play it safe. Feel free to scold me in the comments. But anyway, things in the community this week. Not really that much. I think the election's been the main thing on the minds of people, and I'm not gonna delve into politics on a hiking vlog. Not talking about politics is very hard. Anyway, we're not going to. Trying to think of anything going on in the community itself. I'd be curious the outcome of my mentioning last week of the conference fallout. You had a gentleman claiming his work was used by the promoter of this East Coast Conference. And incidentally, the person who shared this information with me tells me they were removed from a certain group that's on quite friendly terms with that conference promoter, so that's interesting. So you can lend to conjecture all you want, but makes one wonder if that could be taken to mean that they have eyes and ears and a sensitivity level to what's being said about this. Now, the person who would have done the removing is not the promoter, but here's a commentary for that. Given the allegations of them plagiarizing other folks' material, and again, this is alleged, not actual, then what's more important at that point? Friendship or ethics? There's an interesting little nugget to chew on. What would be more important to you? Friendship or ethics, knowing that your friend has done wrong, potentially? For those who like scenery, here's a quick pan of the forest. Walking through a bunch of old growth eye poker stuff in mountain laurel. I wonder if that hail of gunfire meant the end of life for somebody's, for Bambi, I mean. So I am happy if they are near the pond they didn't shoot down the drone. That would have been less than friendly. I didn't see them from there, but I'll review the footage later and see if I incidentally came up on them unexpectedly. But as far as I know, that's basically all the, I guess, drama-related stuff. Well, the assertion being made, of course, that, again, that the conference, the venue where the conference is being held didn't like what they heard and were supposedly reluctant to give the venue over to it again. Whether that's true or not is a matter of conjecture again, but you never know. So I'm going to go bushwhacking again to check something out, so come along. testing a theory. Now that we don't have high winds, we can kind of maneuver through here a little bit. We're only going about 70 feet though. See if this pops out over a pond or something. If not, nothing ventured, nothing gained. That is not a pond. What that is the changing over from this piney stuff to birch and other stuff, which is more thickly. Yeah, there's no clearing over there. Never mind. But you don't know if you don't go and look. I think I said last time too, I don't really want to go too far off the beaten path in here either, because I don't really, unlike the stretch of woods further north of here, which I've hiked for years and I know like the back of my hand, this neighborhood's a little lesser known. So, I mean, getting to know it is the point of the exercise, but we're going to play it through the flute of common sense, if that's an alliteration or something. But so I guess we get to find out whether there's a venue. I think that one's held in April, I want to say. See if it's on or not. It'd be kind of a bummer for the people into that kind of thing if it weren't, because it's one of the older ones that's been around, so I know it's changed hands once before, because the original owner, I don't know if he passed away. I think he had health issues and had to focus on that, whereas the current guy is a younger guy, so you never know. But I guess we'll find out. I would hope that the allegations aren't true, because it's just one of those things that further tarnishes the subject if it is. And people may not like my videos, maybe they do, but I will say that this is the reason why I shoot my own stuff, for better or for worse, mainly just because that way. A friend of mine also got into some hubbub with copyright and who owns the video and this and that and the other thing. It just seems like when you get into a group endeavor, if you don't really know and trust the people that you're dealing with, things like this seem to happen all too often. I gave my copyright rant the last video, so I won't delve back into that, but in this case there was turmoil over the who owned the video. Unfortunately, in this case, my friend has the video on his camera, so it's more an exercise, I think, in possession is 9/10 of the law, and he has it in his own possession, so there's not a lot the other guy can do about it. So it is what it is. Just unfortunate that they had a falling out over this, and you know. But if you're going to go into a documentary with a group of people or something, bear that in mind, because I've seen this happen a few times now. Another person that comes to mind in there that I've never dealt with, but I know of, reared his head on Facebook today on an unrelated matter, but I won't mention names because he is a little on the litigious side too, but suffice it to say, he is the poster child for why you want to know somebody and trust them before you delve into something like that. That does look like a clearing right there. And we just got to find a spot where I can kind of worm through the undergrowth here, because I see a lot of undergrowth surrounding it too. That's the pain in the butt part of this. Going through the spider infested undergrowth to see what we have over here. I'm looking for an angle to Jesus Christ, the fucking mud's gonna be the death of me. You can see the trail. You can see where it opens up, but I mean, there's really no way over there. I'm going to keep going, see if there's a way around the corner to get to it, because that's really dense right there. If this mud doesn't take me out. A couple of spots in here that are just really slippery, I guess. I'll try from this corner right here. See if I can at least get a look. But it's like true to form. It's like literally this whole thing is just surrounded by thick undergrowth. Well, let's see how bad it is. Let's try this. There's your blind spot. Sort of. Between the pines and the laurel, you can't see where you're going. It opens up because there's a stream here. So that's kind of fucking deer kids. Alright, I've had enough. I'm not going to deal with those assholes. Okay, this is the first deer cat I've encountered in Connecticut, but alright. It's a lot more swamp, and there's not really a place to launch the drone to get a better look. And I really don't want to deal with deer cats if I don't have to. I'm also dismayed because they crawled on me, and the fact is I put DEET on before I came today, and they said they didn't seem to care. So, alright. Still trying to find a way in. It's just surrounded by all that damn undergrowth, which is infested with deer cats. I don't want to deal with it. Doesn't seem like this is hard to walk on, but it's like all mushy soft, so it's your feet kind of sink into it. Nothing as much as that. I just covered some ground. I have gotten another deer cat off me, though. Right. So they are kind of a field in there, out and about today. And the reason why it doesn't really matter whether you're on the trail or in the undergrowth is deerheads are a flying insect. So they can get on you just by flying to you. Unlike ticks, they can fly. Otherwise, they look exactly like ticks, except for 6 legs versus 8. Again, ticks are arachnids. Deerheads are an invasive insect from China. One more lovely import from our friends in the PRC. But, alright, I gotta stop doing that. So, excuse me. This is clearly an ATV trail, and the reason I don't like ATVers is because when they come through here, they make it this muddy, freaking slippery crap hole, making it a hard time for everybody else. And they don't tend to actually follow the rules or care about people who do. So, that gets a little tired. So, even though you have leaf cover on this stuff, I'm slipping all over it. In truth, though, I don't know if it's illegal for them to be in this stretch of the woods. I know north of here it is. They shouldn't be in here. Okay, we're back. We're in a different stretch of woods now. So, after having fought off the deerheads, I don't really have much to cover, so nothing's going to happen. I might take a segment break. Annoying little pests, and there are more than a few of them. So, I guess the one thing I can do to date stamp this video is, I guess it was determined while I was out here that Biden has officially won the presidency. I'll leave that up to you to decide whether that's a good or a bad thing. Again, I'm not going to delve into politics in what is basically a hiking video. That's not what I do. But worth mentioning, just other than to say it was a very close election and kind of a nail-biter to think about it in many a way. A lot of the swing states were really close. Beyond that, I'm not going to delve into much more beyond that. What we're trying to do is get back over to that pond right now. And not sure how easy or not this is going to be. That's what I had intended to do before. I was kind of hesitant though because there was a bunch of gunfire, but now they have to contend with a bunch of ATVers that went through when I was coming out. Probably about 8 of them and their loyal bloodhound that they had with them. So it was time to switch gears. But when you get down into this piney section here, that should get us right to where the pond is. And I will have basically accomplished my mission for the day. Or at least for this part. I intend to explore this area in waves when the little biting bugs aren't so freaking annoying. It's going to come down to how thick this laurel crap is. If I can get over through this or not. Actually, it opens up over here more. Maybe. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I can see it from here. Yeah, it opens up in here nicely now. Fairly big pond at that. Hold on. There's the beaver pond in the corner. Oh, there's one there too. So get down to the shoreline here real quick. And all of this, all these little lily pads and the like. I wonder if I have found a new fishing spot. But this is what we flew over with a drone earlier, and this is about where I'm going to leave the video, having gotten here. We'll wrap it up here and get that damn deer kid off my forehead. And I'm going to call it a day at this point.